Hello, Brother Sewing and Crafting family. Brother Brand Ambassador Angela Wolf here, and we have a really fun show for you today. I'm so excited. So, there's something that I've been playing with for a while on some of the live shows that is totally addicting. It's so much fun. Yeah. The Artspira app with the Print Moda. But better than that, we've got a full tutorial on that for you today from the fabulous brother educator, Sara Vetser. So say hi, say where you're from. We're live in the chat today, so feel free to ask your questions and want to hear what you're working on this week. It's a busy week, so let's bring Sara to the party. Hey, Sara, how are you?
Hi, Angela. I'm good. How are you doing?
It's so great to see you, and I'm so excited for today's topic because I have to say, for about 4 weeks in a row, everything I would see, like my top right now, I would take a photo and send it to the Print Moda. It's so much fun.
It is so much fun, and it's so easy to make personalized gifts, and that's just in time for the holidays, right? So I'm excited to do a little project with you guys today and tell you some more about the printer.
That sounds good. Well, I'll let you take it away, and I'm just going to watch all the comments.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Okay, so if you guys haven't caught Angela's other live streams when she was working on the printer, I'll just get you caught up a little bit and do a quick crash course on Brother's new Print Moda Studio. So Print Moda is an inkjet ink printer, and Brother makes amazing inkjet ink printers. So what they did for the crafting community is they created one that actually holds a roll of fabric. So there's a modified tray down at the bottom here that holds our roll of fabric. Here it is. And this is actually 100% cotton fabric. So there are lots of sublimation printers out there, and there are consumable sheets that you can buy and purchase for your printer at home now. But what sets Print Moda apart is that we're printing on 100% cotton. Sublimation printers typically only print on polyester. And this is on a roll. It's a 5-yard roll of fabric. So we can print really large projects. We can actually print 3 yards at a time. So that means we can get really beautiful wall hangings, large scale photos to display, or even use as a quilt block. I just got back from the Houston quilt show. So there was a lot of fun stuff going on there. And beautiful quilts. If you like to do memory quilts, this printer is for you. You can print really large photos to put in your quilts. It's so awesome. And then I have here a beautiful banner. And again, I printed this in one piece on the printer. And then all I did was add little eyelets in the corner so that I can tie it up for a birthday party, just like that.
Oh, Sara, that is so cute. So, by the way, the only thing that I keep playing with are the smaller pieces because then I've been piecing them together for mini mug rugs and stuff like that. But that's huge. What a great way to make a special party.
I know, it's awesome. And I definitely end up printing smaller things all the time too. And then I remember I don't have to think small anymore. We can think big. We can print really big pieces of fabric. We can print yardage even. So it's
Wow.
just a matter of unlearning our habits of keeping our projects small. The printer is so easy to use too, so that's what makes it even more addicting because you could just print and print and print with the touch of a button. Loading in the fabric is super easy, so I have fabric side down, and I'm just going to slip it into the tray here and kind of roll it. You see my fabric is kind of inching up towards the back of the tray. I'm just pulling it until it reaches the notches in the back, and that's how it feeds into the machine. Then I'm going to set the tray back in. And we're ready to print. And the printer functions with Brother's Artspira app. That is a free app to use and download for Apple or Android users, so it's available for everyone. And there's lots of project ideas on there and different graphic designs that you can use and lots of different editing features. So you can create your own custom fabrics and custom collages and layouts and all that good stuff. So I'm going to show you guys a few samples so we could get our creative juices flowing. So I've been playing with it a lot, and it's cotton fabric. You could use it for so many different things. So I've been really putting it to the test, making lots of different kinds of projects. So classic pillow here. This is using one of the built-in templates that's available on the Artspira app. So if you're not very design oriented, but of course everyone loves a beautiful design, there's templates that are ready to go. All these beautiful little color blocks were already in the template for me, and I just swapped out the photo that was there for my own image, and I had a beautiful project ready to print and sew into a pillow. I also took some of my own artwork, printed it out, and sewed it up into a little pencil cup.
Oh, that's so cute, Sara.
Cute, right? This was a little embroidery boo-boo that I had. So there's my little embroidery mistake inside, but I covered it up with my own custom fabric applique patch and saved the hat.
Okay, so I just have to ask everyone watching, how many boo-boos do we have from mistakes of something? But we don't call them that. We call them design opportunities. And I think you nailed that one, Sara. Good job.
Thank you. Yes, mistakes happen no matter what. The fabric also quilts really nicely. So I printed this panel here and then quilted it in the hoop with my luminaire and then sewed it into a little iPad sleeve. Fun. And then there are, just like I said, lots of different built-in designs that you could use in the app, like this cute little llama, added some text there, created my own fabric using the geometric patterns feature, which I will definitely be showing you guys today. So built-ins that you could use for different projects, use as yardage if you need a little extra something to throw into your sewing project. Lots of fun stuff. You could see the patterns, the colors are beautiful on here. The images print out really crisp. And there's just so much fun to be had. Look how beautiful this looks.
Those are beautiful. So, Sara, when you're using some of these, I've seen some people that will press it when they're finished to press the ink. Some people use a laminate on the top. What's your favorite?
I like to go bare. I love the cotton feel. It's actually a really soft, tightly knit, tightly woven cotton. So it feels really nice. And I give it a good wash in cold water, and then it's just ready to go. It irons beautifully as is. If you are doing a project that you might need to wipe down every once in a while, then Brother does sell a laminate sheet that you can add to the top after your print has dried. And that's really useful if it's something you're going to need to wipe down. But a lot of these projects that I did, I'm probably never going to have to wash them. So I'm good to go.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. I also have a bookmark here. I've had so much fun, and I have more project ideas coming down the pipeline. But so this is a custom fabric I made and then turned it into a bookmark. And then probably my favorite one is this mouse pad. So I created the collage in the Artspira app. I created the custom background, actually used an image that I found of a sun and used the geometric feature to create a completely new pattern, and then added these images are included in the app, and this graphic design is included as well. So I created this entire layout in the app, printed it out. Once it was dry, I put down a layer of glue on a blank mouse pad, put the fabric on top, let it dry, put another layer of glue down on top after it's dried, and I have a little mouse pad, and it works really well. So this is a fun project.
That's super cute. I was wondering, I was going to say, are those your sisters?
No. So today I actually have made our holiday project with my own images, but up until now, I've actually just been using stock photos of different people and families, and everyone's so beautiful and happy, but I finally used my own pictures for the project we're going to be doing today. So that's good.
I love that. So I'm going to tell my husband, hey, Win, I'm not the only one that has picture frames on the wall with other people in them. I have one of those huge frames, and then there was one that was such a cute photo, and everybody's like, "Who's that?" I don't know. It came with the photo.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Oh.
All right. So today I'll give you guys a little preview. I wanted to do a fun holiday craft and using our Print Moda. There's so many cool fabric projects that you can do for the holidays. My mind immediately went towards fabric photo ornaments. So I have them hanging up here to see. So I printed these out. Some of these are actually photos of photos, and printed them on my fabric and then sewed them up into little ornaments with a little ribbon loop, and they're ready to be hung. And I feel like, I know ornaments are usually Christmas related, but even if you celebrate Hanukkah, whether you're hanging them on a Christmas tree or a Hanukkah bush, they are beautiful and they're really fun. And if you have more of a sense of humor like I do, you could definitely do some funny photos up there, and make some funny ornaments to hang up. So
those are so fun. I love that backdrop. It's getting me in the mood to decorate, so I think I might have to do that this weekend.
Yeah, they're really cute. I had fun making them, and just digging through my family photos to find ones that would make good ornaments was a lot of fun too. Okay, so let me show you guys Brother's Artspira app. So my phone is up right here, so you guys can see it nice and easy. So this is the app as I'm using it on my phone. And this is our home screen. So we can scroll through all these different designs. Artspira actually works with Brother's wirelessly enabled embroidery machines, with wireless scan and cuts, as well as the printer and their sublimation printer. So lots and lots of designs and files on here. Today, I'm going to focus in on the printing features so we can get a good idea of all that we can do in the app with the Print Moda Studio. So at the top, under the Explore tab, I'm going to go to Printing Designs, and this is where all of the templates live that are in the app. So that cute little pillow that I showed you is a template, like I mentioned. So here it is. Once I select the template that I like, it gives me the dimensions. I can press Create, and then I can tap around and find out which elements of this template I can edit. So I'm going to swap out the image of the cow for my own picture with the tap of a button. So the app is pulling the photos from my device that I'm using the app on, so my phone. And then there are some basic editing tools like filters and a crop tool so I can get rid of that white space around there. And then you're ready to print. And then once I printed it, I sewed the back on, and you can see the image on my phone and the image printed here. You really don't lose any quality of that photo. It's really crispy, as I like to say, and the colors are beautiful. So if we want to make our own fabrics, we can go down to the bottom of the screen and tap the plus sign. And under printing, there are two different options to do some editing here. So you can use the design editor, which is how I created my mouse pad. So with the design editor, you can add multiple elements in one printing area to create your own design. With the geometric patterns feature, we can use our own image or our own design, and it actually takes a piece of that and kind of multiplies it in a kaleidoscope effect. So let's take a look at that here. Now, again, there are some standard paper print sizes that are laid out for us, but we're only limited to 3 yards. So I can go into custom size and I can put in how big I want my printing piece to be. So let's do 15 inches. So it created that space for me. Now I can browse through all of the included patterns in the app. There's a lot to choose from. I was showing you just some of them earlier, but there's really something for everyone and every project in here. And trust me, you can spend a lot of time looking through these because they're really beautiful and just fun to play with. All right, so I'm going to pick one of my own images. Let's see here. Now, what it's doing is it's taking a piece. So I'm going to go to piece down at the bottom and select a portion of the photo. Maybe I'll get one that has all 3 of our heads in it. Let's see. And then it's going to multiply that piece to create a kaleidoscope type design. So you see how our faces are just duplicated around and around. So it's a really cute way to make it.
So cute. This is the part that is absolutely mind-blowing. This is the part that everything I'm taking photos of, I'm playing in this. And I love how it takes just those pieces. And plus, Sara, when you have like some fabric that maybe you want to coordinate with, you can make 8 different pieces out of the same colors.
Exactly. And again, I talked about that a lot at the quilt show because quilters need lots of different fabrics for their projects. And the example I like to show is the sweet treats here. Well, I call it sweet treats, but I made that up. This is one of the included designs in the app. It has like donuts and cupcakes and lollipops. And then I ran that pattern through the geometric pattern feature, and I got a fabric that has all the same elements in there. I see the teeny tiny little donuts, but it looks totally different from this. So you get the same colors, the same elements, but they look different, and you have 2 matching but coordinating fabrics for one project. All right, so let's create something. I'm going to try a different photo of my mom and I. Oh my gosh. So the ornaments that I made so far just have one picture in there and they look super cute. But I thought, again, to make more ornaments to fill your tree, that it would be fun to make a custom kaleidoscope type fabric. That way it'll look kind of, artsy. It's like you kind of have to get close, similar to a conversation print. When someone has a print that has tiny, tiny little dogs on their shirt and you have to get in there and go, "What's on your shirt?" And then it starts a conversation. So it's kind of like that idea where you make an ornament. It looks kind of pretty. Looking at it from afar, it looks almost like a flower or a floral print. And then you get up close and you see, oh, it's actually my face and my mom's face. So I'm going to use the tools in here to scale it down a little bit and zoom in to show you guys that it's us.
Oh, that's so cool.
So cute. All right, let's print this out. And I am going to be quiet while it's printing so you guys can hear how quiet the printer is. It's really quiet when it prints. It also has a built-in trimmer. So it's going to trim the fabric for us to exactly 15 inches and we'll be ready to use it. You have the option to save, of course. And actually, I am going to save that because a little trick with the kaleidoscope, similar to color shuffle on our Luminaire, if you find something that you like, you better save it because you're never going to find it again. So I'm going to save this in here. If you're using the free version of the app, you have up to 20 spots to save custom fabrics and different templates that you've customized and anything you do in the design editor. And if you upgrade to the premium subscription, you get 100 different saves. All right. Connecting to the printer is really easy. If your device and the printer are on the same Wi-Fi network or wireless network, then it finds it in a second, it connects, and you're ready to print. It's really, really simple. So I have it right here. It pops up. I select it. And we have different print settings as well. We could print in eco mode or fine. Eco mode saves a little bit of ink, but you really don't lose any quality on the color. It still prints out really vibrant. So I print everything on eco mode. And then you have borderless printing as well. All right. It gives us a little reminder message to tell us how much fabric we're printing and to just think about it for a second. Do I have 15 inches on my roll? I know that I do. It's a pretty new roll in there, so I'm good to go. But I like that it reminds us and makes us think about it for a minute. Okay.
So Sarah, I have to laugh. When I started playing with this, I did it all live for my first one. And thanks to Patty and many of the brother sewing and crafting family that already had purchased this, I didn't have the front door open, the front flap. And it wasn't printing. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. And they're like, open the front flap. And then it printed just fine.
That helps. And it's done. Super fast.
And you did that one on eco mode?
I did.
It's so I haven't used eco mode. I keep using the other thinking that eco's not going to be. That's beautiful.
I know.
Look at that.
Right? You have to use eco mode. It's so great.
Oh, that's beautiful. What a cool. This is going to be a great idea for the holidays. I think I just figured out a gift for everyone in my family.
Exactly. Oh, it's so fun. So as far as treatment goes, all we have to do now is just let it dry for 15 minutes. So I'm going to set it aside and let it dry. Maybe not for a full 15 minutes for the sake of time here, but we'll let it dry for a few minutes. So I'm going to show you guys the design editor in the app. So how I made my little mouse pad here. So it starts off similar where we're going to choose the size that we want to print. When I made all my ornaments that are hanging up on my branch over there, what I did was I just created a 15-inch piece of fabric. So I'm going to do that again. Come on. And then I went to the plus sign. The plus sign is going to allow me to add different graphics that are in the app or images from my camera roll. Now remember, images from your camera roll don't have to be actual photos. They could be drawings that you created and saved as a JPEG, or if you're a graphic designer, you could save those graphics. It could be a screenshot of someone else's photo. So, anything that's a JPEG image in your phone will come up here and you'll be able to use it. All right. So once you select an image, it drops it onto the page for you. You can tap it and you can actually pinch to zoom and make it larger or smaller, nice and easy, and drag and drop until it moves around the page. I knew I wanted my ornaments to be about 3 inches, so I tapped on the size button and it tells me right there how big they are. That's 5 inches. That's too big. So I'm going to just pinch it down a little bit, check the size again. That's closer, but I want to go down even more. So I'm just tapping the minus, and I'm keeping the dimensions proportional until I get closer to 3.5 inches, and I'm happy with that. Now, once I tap away, I can just keep adding all of my images. So again, I'm printing them small. I don't have to print them this small, but because I'm able to print, larger than just an 8.5 by 11 sheet, I can print up to 3 yards. I created that 15-inch piece so I could fit all my photos in there at once, and then I cut them all out all at once, made all my little ornaments. So just to demonstrate how you can kind of streamline the process here if you wanted to go ahead and make a bunch of ornaments. Adding it, dragging it over. All right, so you can fill this up, print it out, and cut out all of your beautiful ornaments. Now, if you wanted to add some more graphic elements, you can go to add printing data. And then there's a lot of fun things in the app. So I have a bunch of favorites that are saved here. I can add that in. So this would be more so if you're creating a collage, like my mouse pad that I made. I added photos in here. You can also rotate them, again, just using your fingers, nice and easy. And delete things that you don't want. You could add a background. And one of the options for the background is actually the geometric patterns that you created with that geometric pattern feature. So here's that another one of those sun patterns I created. I saved the one of my mom and I so I could use that as the background. Definitely looks a little crazy, so I probably wouldn't do that, but it's really nice to have that option in there. You could also do solid color. So this is really fun. It's also, I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I'd like to use this to actually make cards. So I printed one sheet out so far where I think I'm just going to cut it and then sew this on the front of a card. And this one, I used a graphic design that was in the app and added text. So you can add text as well really easily using the text button just next to the plus button. So this is a really fun way to make a card, I think, because you're using fabric instead of paper. It adds a little uh, extra interest to it. So I'm just arranging these. Put a photo of you and whoever you're giving the card to. You can use your graphics. Print it out. Again, I'm going to just check. So I would want this to be about 5 by 6. So it's a little bit big. I think that's standard card size, would you say?
Yeah, and that actually looks so cute. That's such a brilliant idea because I've seen people sewing through paper, right? But
Right.
this is way better. This is sewing. I mean, you're taking this app to the 10th. I'm sitting here taking notes. This is amazing. And I was only stuck in the geometric part. So, oh my gosh, Sarah, this is awesome.
The geometric part is so fun, but yeah, there's so many uses for the fabric and the app, and there's so many beautiful designs. I have to stop myself from making projects because I just go and go and go. So it's a lot of fun. All right. I think it's still a little wet. So I'm going to let it dry for another like 2 or 3 minutes. Angela, is there anything that I know I gave a lot of information about the app. Maybe there's something I could clarify more. What do you think?
Well, I would love to see you do one more collage because I was taking notes and I think everybody else would enjoy this too.
Yeah.
It's almost like paper crafting, but
Yeah.
you're doing it on the screen. So I would love to see you piece together a few more photos again, just for those that want to see that, since you're giving us a few extra moments.
Yeah, perfect. And it's funny that you say that because I said that before too. It's like scrapbooking on your phone.
Yes, that's scrapbooking on your phone. And I have so many photos in here. And I have so many photos, by the way, family photos where half the people have their eyes shut. So the geometric part would be so fun to kind of collage, and then maybe we could cover those people up, or maybe they would think that it was just part of the photo. But I love this. But I love the way that you're adding these, the way you're doing it, like the card and the mouse pad. By the way, the mouse pad, how did you do that?
Yeah. How did I do it? Like to get the fabric on here?
Uh-huh.
So I bought a blank mouse pad and then I put a layer of glue on the mouse pad. Then I put my fabric directly on top, smoothed it out, let it dry, trimmed around the edges, and did another layer of glue on top and just a little bit around the corners to seal everything off. And it's like a little bit
by yourself. Look at that. I just love it.
It's rigid. It's has a slight, it's pretty matte, actually. It's not that shiny, but the rigid top makes it easy for, I have my little example mouse here too. Easy for the mouse to kind of like glide around. And I honestly have used it with my computer and it works really well. So I'm happy with it.
That's beautiful. I love that. And I know, like, for gifts and things like that, but I would love to see you do one more. I don't know. Let's ask everyone. Do you guys want to see her do one more quick collage? Because just to follow along, you gave so many great tutorials. Now, by the way, if you're watching this on Brother's YouTube channel, be sure to share it, or you can watch it later and come back anytime. On your Facebook, share it to your page. That's the easiest way to find this again. But yeah, I vote one more.
Okay, let's do it. So let's do a mouse pad. Let me quickly remind myself. So this is where all of my projects are saved under my creation. So I know I have one. Yes. So here's my mouse pad template in here. I just want to remember what dimensions I used. So right at the top of my design area, it gives me the dimensions of my printing area, and it's 10 by 9. So it's just a standard mouse pad. So that's a good size to use if you end up doing this project. So I'll go into new, and we're going to use the design editor for this. Design editor is good for adding multiple elements and kind of arranging them together. And then I'll go into custom size. And the standard width is 11.69 inches. So we could leave that. It's going to print 11.69 inches. I changed it to 10 inches just so I had a better idea of the proportions of my mouse pad and didn't make my pictures too big. Because if I make them all the way out to the edge of the 11.69, they're going to kind of fall off the sides of the mouse pad. So that's why I changed it to 10 inches. And then it was 9, I believe. Okay. So there's my printing area. Now we're going to pick a background. And when you're adding images on top, I like to just pick something neutral for the background. Nothing too crazy, basically.
Oh, I don't know. We could get crazy.
You could, but it gets hard to see. Let's do a Hanukkah one. So I was thinking of possible Hanukkah projects and created this design in here. So I actually drew these stars in another app on my phone where you can kind of draw your own artwork, saved it as an image, and then put it into the geometric patterns function to create this custom pattern. So
you made those?
yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. So
okay, this is awesome.
I'm going too deep again. I'm sorry, but
no, we love it. We love it. Our minds are just like going crazy with all the great ideas.
I know. It's so much fun. So there's my background. I'm going to leave that. And then I'm going to use the plus button to add my photos. And again, this is pulling from the camera roll on my phone. I went through my family photos last night and found some really fun ones. So again, I'm going to use that picture of my mom and I. And, oh, I tapped the background by accident. Come on. All right, let's try this again. It's not cooperating. So custom size, 10 by 9. And then we'll add some fun text in there. And I actually know that the app has some really cool Hanukkah designs in there. So we'll add those as well. All right, so background, I'm using my own pattern. And then I'm going to the plus sign and adding my own images. There we go. I'm going to tap on it, and then I'm going to use my fingers to pinch to make it larger or smaller and drag it around and position it where I'd like to. Then I'm going to go to the plus sign and go, let's add one more family photo. Go to the camera roll. Drag it over there. And I'm just going to center them with my eye as best I can. Then with the plus sign, I'm going to go to printing data. And you can pick illustration or logo or photo. I don't think it makes much of a difference, whatever you choose, but I'm going to blow your minds again because there is a filter feature on here. And this is important because when you're doing a project, right, like this is specific to Hanukkah. So I don't want to look through hundreds of designs on here until I find the Hanukkah one. So I'm going to go to that little blue circle with the 3 lines in it. That's my filter tool. I'm going to type in Hanukkah, hit apply, and it's going to show me all the Hanukkah designs.
Oh, look at that.
So we did not have to look through, there are hundreds, probably thousands of designs on here. I don't want to be bothered with all that. So there's my Live, Love, Latka design.
That's awesome. Hey, Sarah, where on that screen are those 3 dots for somebody looking at top right or top left? Because it's really hard to see on there just so they can figure it out.
Okay. So there are categories right at the top that say favorite animals, birds. It's all the way to the left side.
Oh, there it is. Yep. So in case anybody missed that, it's way there on the left because I know that the screen's kind of tiny. So now you know.
Yeah,
and yes, there are thousands of things to go through. That would really save a lot.
It saves a lot of hassle. Yeah, that filter tool is probably one of my favorite features. So then I could just move everything around until I'm happy with the layout. And you can overlap the graphics with your photos. So you were talking about people in photos who blinked. You can just kind of put a little heart on top of that part of the photo.
That's awesome. Actually, I think I could have a lot of fun with that because I'm thinking of every family photo we've ever taken, somebody's eyes are closed. So that'll be the new, I'll put little hearts on their eyes. That'll be the new category.
Yeah, it happens. So yeah, so we have a layout. This would probably, I think this would make a nice little mouse pad. So we would just be ready to print this and then let it dry, apply the glue to our blank mouse pad, put the fabric down, and then you're good to go.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for the extra tutorial on that because I know everybody watching loves that because each time is something new, like that one where you did your own background and drew that. So I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, my nieces and nephews have given me so many. I just got a letter from Carter. That one probably is not worthy of being in in a card or anything. But even just taking a photo of that and using it, I mean, it just keeps your memories going a long time rather than a piece of paper.
Yes.
Oh, but speaking of paper,
yeah,
this can print paper too.
It can, yes. Thank you. It has a dedicated paper tray. So I've actually already tested. It runs great with cardstock. This is just computer paper in here. You could put sticker paper in, envelopes, photo paper. So this printer is an all-in-one fun machine. It'll completely replace any printer you have at home. You'll get a beautiful color printer that'll print photos, it'll print your documents, it'll print on cardstock and fabric. So what could be better?
Not much.
Not much. And I really love that it has the 2 different trays because now I'm ready to print at any time, whether it's paper or fabric. I don't have to switch things around. It's just ready to go.
And also, brother has been in the printer business forever. I mean, I think I have 3 of their printers that I use for my business. And so why not head into the crafting side? But a lot of people said, I don't have room for a printer. It's all, how big is it? Well, first of all, they made it so pretty. But the other thing is you don't have to have another printer around because it does both.
Nope. That's what I tell everyone. I'm like, oh, you have another printer? Get rid of it. You don't need it anymore.
Get it away.
Yep, it's done. All right. So we gave this nice time to dry. So the fabric comes backed. That's what this shiny material is. And we love that it has a backing because it allows it to feed through the printer so that we get no bumps or wrinkles in our print. So we're not wasting any fabric or messing up any projects. And then when it's all dry, you just peel it away and there's no sticky residue or anything left. And the fabric is also pre-treated to absorb those inks. So you don't have to heat set it or anything like that. It's just ready to use. So love that. All right, I'm going to let you listen to this. It's super satisfying. Okay. All right, now we have our beautiful soft cotton. And it doesn't warp at all when you're pulling that backing off. You saw I just kind of pulled from one corner and it's ready to go. All right, so Angela, take me out for a second. I'm going to switch my cameras over so we can see my table and cut this into an ornament.
That sounds good. All right, while Sarah's switching her cameras, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Plus, I would love to know, first of all, do you have the printer? And if you do, what is your favorite thing to do? Now, the card thing, I think, is a brilliant idea. I'm going to try that. And it's early enough for the holiday season that I could possibly make those ornaments. And I love her idea of just doing a whole bunch of them. I could cut them on the Scan and Cut, send them to the embroidery machine. I don't know. I'm just thinking, I've got a big family, so I always try to think, how many can I get done? All right, so Sarah, I think you're back. All right. Okay, we can see you. Great. I just love that fabric. I like the heads.
It is super cute. All right, so for my other ornaments that I did, so for this one, I did a circle. That was nice and easy. I traced a jelly jar lid, and that was that. And then for some of the other ones, I just kind of traced around the shape of the picture and did more of an organic shape. So, I mean, I like it both ways, but I definitely like this shape a lot. It lent itself to the photo itself and how we're kind of positioned. So I'm going to stick with this for our next ornament here. So I have a little template that I cut out of cardstock. And I'm just going to actually flip this over to the back. You could still see the print a little bit, so I could try and line it up. Let's see. Trying to think of the best way to do this. I mean, there's no wrong answer. It's all cute, but I think I'm going to do it like this. And then I'm taking my water-soluble pen, move that up for you guys, and I'm going to trace my template. I made it straight at the bottom so that we wouldn't have like a crazy point sticking out. So this this bottom part right here is just squared off, makes it easier. And then I'm going to press a piece of white cotton just for the back. This is just a scrap of tailoring muslin, actually, but it matches the stiffness pretty nicely, gives a little rigidity. I'm going to layer them on top. And then if you're responsible, you would pin those together before you cut, but I am not responsible, so I'm just going to cut. And then I picked out a really nice ribbon to use as the loop. So we'll just cut a piece of ribbon, put it in there. We also want to sew with right sides together, so we're already set up for that this way. And today I'm going to sew on my NS 2850D, one of my little soldiers.
You know, Sarah, I'm watching you, and of course, just thinking of all the awesome brother products. I could see throwing this piece of paper in the scan and cut, and you could really, by scanning it in, you'd be able to see every single part of where you're cutting. I mean, you could really make a lot of these quickly.
Definitely. Yeah, I would definitely recommend using the scan and cut for this to make your template, or just cut out the pieces. Don't even bother with a template, just use the machine. And all right, so here's my ribbon. I picked something more on the thin size. I think it's a 1/4 inch. And I'm just gonna cut a 2-ish inch piece, fold it together. And I like to overlap the little ends there. And then I'm going to place it right at the top and grab a clip. So, crisscross applesauce. Did it uncrisp? It did. Okay. Clip it. So at my sewing machine, I'm just going to use a straight stitch, and I'm going to sew like an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. And I'm going to leave about a 1-inch opening on one of the sides so that we can stuff it with polyfill when we're done. So give me 1 second to just switch over to my sewing machine, and we'll do that.
All right. While she's switching to her machine, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, because social team will be answering that, even if you're watching the replay as well. So this is such a fun project. Not only you're making your own paper, then you're designing. All I'm thinking is the hearts on the eyes, and I'm going to use a scan and cut to cut a bunch of these, because this will make a great gift. I even think, because it's nice and flat, well, it's flat right now before she puts the padding in there, but something to add to a gift card or something like that. What a great idea, Sarah. All right, Sarah, we can see your machine great. Boy, that's a great close-up.
Perfect. Okay, so again, this is my NS2850D. So it is a combo machine, and it sews beautifully. I have my center straight stitch selected, and I'm going to drop my foot, and I'm going to start with a back stitch to lock it in. And here we go. I'm actually not even using the presser foot. I'm just using my speed selector and the start stop button.
I was just noticing that. I was like, I think you're just using, for those that don't know this, you don't have to use your presser foot. You just can hit the green button. Sarah, what stitch length are you using on that?
This is just the standard 2.5 millimeters.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to stop it right here. So I have a small opening for my stuffing. Use my trim key. And then let me move my camera over for one more second. It's a quick change here.
All right, while she's swapping to the other. Yeah, this is a really fun project. So we just about have her back. By the way, there's a lot going on this week. So I'm going to attempt cooking something for Thanksgiving to give you all a laugh, but everyone says I should stick to maybe doing the napkins. So what are you doing for this week? Do you have any time off? Are you cooking? And if you have any great recipes, don't forget to share those. I know it's not brother related, but I love the cooking. So Sarah's back, but Sarah, are you cooking this week for Thanksgiving?
I am not, but maybe if my family is lucky, I'll make some biscuits or something fun.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing is to usually bring the ice cream or something like that. I'm really good at the salads, but I'll stick to that. My brother's making the turkey this year.
Very smart. Love it. All right, so I just clipped all around my curve here. Sorry, it's a little bit dark. And I'm going to press this open, and then we're going to flip it inside out, and we're going to stuff it. I'm really excited to see how this looks when I flip it.
So when you're pressing that seam allowance open, does that just make it a little bit flatter along the edges when you flip it?
Yes, exactly. It's going to hopefully lessen any puckers and make the seam look more flat.
That's a great idea. Even like, I'm just thinking of so many things that I flip inside out. I never even thought about doing something like that. And I'm a pressing freak. I press everything for garments, but I forget with something like this, that would look, what an easy thing to make it look professional.
Yeah. And then once I flip it, it's going to get a little bit crinkly. So I like to give it a little final press once it's flipped inside out, because we're flipping the whole thing through kind of a small opening. So I'll do that as well. And like I said, this fabric presses really beautifully, and your print doesn't like smudge or anything crazy like that. That was the one thing about the mouse pad that I was really happy with, is that putting glue on the bottom and the top didn't smudge it at all. Like there was no ink bleeding or anything like that. Okay. So the loop at the top helps a lot to reverse it. So I try to grab the loop in there and just flip it around.
Oh, that would help, because that was an itsy bitsy hole.
It was kind of small. I like to make it harder on myself and make a really small hole. Okay. Just run my finger along the seam and just push it out. And then that bottom part, you could put like a pen in there, nothing too sharp, but just something a little more slim to fit and poke the bottom. But I did square it off so it's not a crazy point that you have to reverse. Okay. I'm going to fold the opening closed, give it another press. with some steam. Roll my seams out here. Is the suspense killing you guys too? I can't wait to see it.
Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh.
How sweet. So
Oh,
then
Sara, that is so cute.
the two of them together, so cute. And then of course we would just stuff this with polyfill and stitch or hot glue the opening closed, whatever time allows. And then you're all done and you have a beautiful ornament.
Oh my gosh, that is adorable. What a great customized project. So not only can you use your photos, family photos, anything like that, you can, as she showed you, make your own background. So if you have little kids or nieces and nephews or a handwritten note or something, you could put that on there. I mean, I'm just thinking that's awesome. I love it, Sara. I absolutely love it. And so, by the way, I did put down below Sara's website and my website and Brother Sew's website. They have 2 blogs for you. Don't forget, Brother has a sewing and crafting blog. And Sara, you have a new YouTube channel now, don't you?
Yes, you can find my YouTube channel at SAV_NYC, right behind me, above my shoulder. If you search that on YouTube, you'll find my channel. I have lots of unboxing videos, and hopefully I'm going to do some more project videos soon.
That's wonderful. So if you have questions about this, leave questions below. If you like it, be sure to like and share because Brother wants to know what kind of videos you want. Those are really cute, Sara. I absolutely love it. So wishing everyone a great Thanksgiving. We will not be live on Thursday. See you next week. Sara, until next time.
Yes.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And